Currently in the United States, there exists over 40,000 cases of various individuals being found dead across the country, who are unable to be identified. A large portion of these decedents were murdered through various homicidal means. This article highlights various murder victims found throughout the state of Arizona. In these cases, most still remain unsolved. Little Miss X. The skeletonized remains of a girl, nicknamed Little Miss X, were found on a desolate road 10 miles southeast of the Grand Canyon in Coconino County, Arizona on October 31, 1958. Although no cause of death could be determined, the case has always been considered a homicide. The girl was a white American with possible Hispanic or Latino ancestry. She is estimated to have been between 11 and 14 years old at the time of her death. She was between 5 feet and 5 feet 3 in, 150 and 160 centimeters in height. It was determined that she had died 14 months before her bones were found. The victim had received good dental care during her life, having 7 fillings in 4 of her teeth. Her hair had been dyed a lighter brown from its natural dark brown. Many of the victim's personal items were at the scene as well: a 10-karat gold chain, a small jar of Pond's cold cream, a white nylon comb, a small white powder puff with traces of suntan-colored powder, and a small blue plastic nail file case with an indented letter P and a hand-printed capital R next to it.no. Clothing was found on the victim's body. However, a white wool cardigan short-sleeve sweater, a white cotton size 34C bra, and brown capri pants with a green and red plaid design were found at the scene. Investigators deduced the victim had been stripped naked prior to, or shortly after, being killed. A pair of white panties was also found, although they appeared to be too large for the victim. Her body was exhumed in 1962 for further examination. However, due to poor record keeping, no records exist indicating her reburial site. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has since released a facial reconstruction image of her. Little Miss Nobody. The partially buried body of a female child was discovered by a schoolteacher in Congress, Arizona on July 31, 1960. Investigators determined via evident disturbances in the sand close to the actual burial site that whoever had buried the child had initially made several attempts to dig a deeper grave to conceal her remains. A forensic pathologist would determine that the body was that of a white girl between the ages of 2 and 7 years old at the time of her death, with her most likely age being between 3 and 6 years old. The girl's toenails and fingernails were painted a bright red, and her hair was dyed auburn. A local radio host named this decedent Little Miss Nobody. He would also initiate a local campaign to raise funds for the child's burial. More than 70 people attended the subsequent service. Although this child's DNA has been uploaded to national databases of missing persons, she has never been identified. Phoenix Jane Doe, 1983. On August 15, 1983, the decomposed body of a young Native American Hispanic female was discovered in a ditch in the desert south of Ahwatukee neighborhood of Phoenix, Arizona. Cause of death was determined to be homicide by suffocation, and she had been deceased for at least a few days. She was estimated to be between 19 and 30 years old, was 5 feet 5 inches tall and estimated to be 140 pounds. She had dark, wavy, brown hair and brown-black eyes. Race was initially difficult to determine, until DNA phenotyping was conducted on the decedent by Parabon Nanolabs, which also created an estimate of how she may have appeared in life. Her case is currently being investigated by Parabon Nanolabs. Phoenix John Doe, 1983. On September 11, 1983, a middle-aged or elderly white man was found deceased in a field in Phoenix, Arizona. He had died from blunt force trauma to the head, however the manner in which it occurred has not been conclusively found. He was estimated to be 5 feet 9 inches tall and 100 pounds. He had short, gray hair and a full beard with a mustache, as well as brown eyes. He was found wearing a pair of nondescript brown pants, a black belt, and a pair of multicolored boxers. The DNA Doe Project was contacted to assist with the man's identification in April 2021. Castleberry Kate. On May 15, 1989, a group of construction workers found the skeletal remains of a young white female in a shallow grave in a vacant lot in Bullhead City, Arizona. Cause of death could not be ascertained, however, due to the circumstances she was found in. Investigators believe she was killed by foul play. She may have laid dead in the location for anywhere between 2 and 10 years. She was estimated to be between 17 and 19 years old and was between 5 feet 5 inches and 5 feet 9 inches tall. She had long brown hair which may have been bleached at some point. Weight and eye color could not be ascertained. She was found wearing nondescriptive women's clothing and a purse, as well as an owl-shaped earring. She also appeared to have had extensive dental care in her life, as well as a partial denture plate. Pima County. John Doe, 1998. On October 1, 1998, a group of city water surveyors found the decomposed remains of a young, possibly multiracial male in a desert area near Tucson, Arizona. Cause of death was determined to be homicide by multiple gunshots by a .38 caliber semi-auto firearm, and the man had been deceased for at least a few days. He appeared to have been killed on location, and appeared to have staggered from the area he was shot before ultimately succumbing to his wounds under a mesquite tree. He was estimated to be between 17 and 23 years old, was 6 feet tall and weighed 252 pounds. He had short black hair and brown eyes. He was found wearing a gray, maroon and blue pullover shirt with a pocket on the front as well as tan, blue and maroon shorts. Devil Dog Doe. On October 24, 2003, the decomposed remains of an elderly white female was found by a group of deer hunters in a wooded area about a mile south of Interstate 40, 6 miles west of Williams, Arizona. Cause of death was found to be a single blow of blunt force trauma to the head, and the woman had been at the location for anywhere between 3 days to 2 weeks. She was estimated to be between 55 and 65 years old, was 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighed 151 pounds. She had gray blonde hair and brown hazel eyes. She had a mole above the left side of her forehead, as well as one on her right shoulder and right lower leg. She also had scars below her right knee, the back of her right forearm, and the back of her left hand. She suffered from senile ecchymosis over the backside of her right upper arm. She appeared to have extensive dental work, which may have cost over $20,000 USD. She had pneumonia in the right lung as well as evidence of heart disease. Isotope testing determined that she may have spent much of her young life in Central Europe, possibly Vienna, Austria. She spent the last decade of her life in Western France, possibly near Paris. Baby Skylar. On October 10, 2005, a cleaning crew found the body of a full-term infant with umbilical cord still attached in a trash bin in a women's restroom at Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix, Arizona. Cause of death was found to be negligent homicide by exposure. The infant was found in Terminal 4, the busiest terminal in the airport, as well as home to both U.S. Airways and Southwest Airlines. This has led investigators to believe that the newborn may have been delivered elsewhere and then deposited in the trash bin. The case was taken on by Parabon Nanolabs, who provided a likeness of the mother. The mother was most likely of Northern European descent with a light complexion, green eyes, few freckles and blonde hair. Mohave County. Jane Doe, 2016. On September 28, 2016, a man and his wife discovered the mummified remains of a young, teenage, African-American female, with possible white-Hispanic admixture alongside U.S. Route 93 in White Hills, Arizona. Cause of death was undetermined, however it is being investigated as a homicide. She had been at the location for anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks. She was estimated to be between 13 and 17 years old, was between 5 feet 5 inches and 5 feet 7 inches tall, and weighed between 105 and 130 pounds. She had thick black or dark brown hair. She also had pierced ears and manicured fingernails. Investigators believe she may have originated from Las Vegas, Nevada, as U.S. Route 93 is a direct connection between Arizona and Las Vegas. Investigators also believe her body was dumped at the location after she had been killed elsewhere. Isotope testing determined that she was possibly native to the northern United States or Canada. See also List of unidentified murder victims in the United States. References. External links: The Doe Network, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, National Missing and Unidentified Persons System.